Food goes in the mouth, and that first step matters more than people think. Chewing breaks down food mechanically and mixes in the first digestive enzymes. Then it's swallowed and moves into the stomach, where strong acid and more enzymes start breaking the proteins apart. From there, it moves into the small intestine. And this is where the real magic happens. This is where the vast majority of nutrient absorption takes place, where bile from the liver and enzymes from the pancreas finish the breakdown, and where those nutrients actually cross into the bloodstream to fuel every cell in your pet's body. What's left moves into the large intestine, where water gets reabsorbed, and this is the part most people skip right past, where the majority of your pet's microbiome actually lives and does its work. Finally, elimination, which, by the way, is one of the best free diagnostic tools you have. Stool consistency, color, frequency, all of it is information. Here's an easy, visible red flag you can watch for starting today. How fast is your dog or cat actually eating? Gulping down food in seconds versus calm, steady chewing tells you something about how well that first mechanical breakdown step is actually happening. And it's the kind of thing that can throw off everything downstream from it. That's the tease I want to leave you with before we go further. A breakdown anywhere in this chain, the mouth, the stomach, the small intestine, the large intestine, can look identical from the outside. Vomiting, loose stool, low appetite, they can all point back to very different root causes. That's exactly why we're spending this whole month going deep on digestion. Now, let's talk about who actually lives in that gut, because your pet's digestive tract isn't just plumbing, it's an ecosystem. We're talking trillions of organisms, bacteria, yeast, even some viruses, all coexisting in your pet's gastrointestinal tract. And here's the number that tends to stop people in their tracks. That community carries more genetic material than your pet's own cells do. Your dog or cat is quite literally walking around with an entire second genome working alongside their own. In holistic terms, we talk about this in two states, eubiosis and dysbiosis. Think of eubiosis as a balanced garden, diverse plants, good soil, everything working in harmony, keeping any one species from taking over. Dysbiosis is that same garden left unattended, weeds crowding out everything else, the balance tipped, and the whole system struggling to function the way it's supposed to. So what tips that garden out of balance? A few of the biggest disruptors I see in practice over and over again. Antibiotics, which are sometimes necessary but wipe out beneficial bacteria right along with the harmful ones. Processed, ultra-refined food with little to no live nutrition. Chronic stress. Yes, your pet's gut responds to stress just like yours does. And NSAIDs, which can be hard on the gut lining with regular use. None of these mean your pet is broken. They just mean the ecosystem needs support. And that's exactly the kind of support we build back this month. Here's where it gets personal for a lot of you watching. Did you know that roughly 90% of your pet's serotonin, the neurotransmitter tied to calm, stable mood, is actually made in the gut, not the brain? If you've got an anxious dog, a reactive cat, a pet who seems perpetually on edge, the gut is not a side conversation. It may be one of the most important conversations you're not having yet. And then there's the immune connection I opened with. Your pet's gut is home to something called GALT, gut-associated lymphoid tissue, and it's estimated that around 70% of the immune system is housed right there, lining the digestive tract. That's not a coincidence. That tissue is constantly sampling what's coming through, deciding what's friend and what's foe, and training the rest of the immune system on how to respond. So when I see chronic allergies, recurring skin flares, ear infections that just won't quit, the gut is almost always part of the picture. Not the whole story every time, but part of it far more than most people expect. So here's the bridge, and I want you to really sit with this one. Mood, immunity, digestion, they are not three separate systems. They're one interconnected system, and the gut sits right at the center of it. That's exactly why we're spending the whole month here. This week, I don't want you to change anything yet. I just want you to do one thing. Fill out the digestive health assessment linked below and simply observe how fast your pets eat, what their stool looks like, how their appetite has been. That worksheet is going to become your baseline. Next week, we get into the specific conditions this all affects, what's actually behind the vague label, sensitive stomach. See you then.